Hello everybody and welcome to this episode of Chat It Out. Here in the studio you have myself, Egg, and Tribune.
Hello.
And we're here today. We've decided that the rest of the Season 3 is going to be mainly based on games because there's a lot of people within the TVR-Universe that enjoy gaming. This week we're going to talk about Skyrim. Okay. So Dan.
What's a game?
What do you think of Skyrim?
I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. It's one of my top games ever. I mean, I love the RPG genre anyway, and I love Earthseeker because obviously they did the Fallout series, which I'm also mad about. So it's sort of a similar game, but it's also very different in its own way. You know, the same sort of style, which I really enjoy. And obviously, I must have lost probably a month of my life to it when it first came out on the 360, and now I can feel myself losing reality again. Now it's on the next gen.
It's an incredible game, isn't it? I mean,
oh god, yeah, the graphics are like.
Have you played the Remastered?
Good, but they're so much better than this one. I also think the enemies are a lot harder as well.
Do you think?
Yeah, like compared to because my character is probably what level am I now? 17, 18, and I'm still sort of struggling on things that usually I won't be struggling on. Although I've sort of got a different approach because, as a rule, I'm a two-handed axe user, and I'm trying to dual wield / magic, which is new for me because I kind of find magic pointless, but because it's a big part of the game.
I must admit, I've got quite into it. I've sort of made myself, I suppose you could argue, I'm a high elf, and I've made myself like a battle mage, and I find it quite handy. It's sort of like, you know, I'm building up my one-handed weaponry, I'm building up my sort of my different spells and that, and I find it quite useful. You know, you flame them a bit, sort of weaken them, and then you get the last sort of killing blow. And for me, I mean, it depends on your fighting style, but for me, it just sort of it just seemed to really help with the combat. For me, I find
definitely.
I mean, kill more bad guys.
I tend to like snipe from a distance. I know you're not a big fan of it, but I tend to use archery a lot.
No,
like
cool.
My archery skills.
I used it to kill that dragon the other day.
Well, yeah. I think my archery skill was 50 or 60, but on my other perks, only in their 20s or 30s. That's how much I use it. Like it even says on the status, your favourite weapon is the bow, because so many times you can just, you know, if you crouch and you're in sneak mode, it does twice as much damage, and you can take them down before they get too close, and then obviously you just finish them off with an axe or a mace and fire or ice. So yeah, and then.
How would you compare like Skyrim to now the Remastered, like graphic-wise, gameplay-wise, mainly graphics? But
the graphics are so much better, and it's so much sharper and clearer. Like we were saying, like last week when it came out, we both set it up side by side, Xbox One and PS4, and we both just realising how much clearer it is. Like even the sky, it seemed almost too grey sometimes on the 360. Whereas in this one, you know, you can actually see the change, and you can sort of see the grass blowing and stuff. It seems like they polished up a lot of the environments. So I'd say definitely.
No, I agree. You think it more weathers, don't you? You get really nice blue skies and the new mechanics. I think they use on the water. The water looks amazing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's just little things like you'll go up to like a toadstool or a mushroom, whatever it is. And you'll just be like, flipping hell, man. You know what I mean? It just looks it looks like you could just pick it up and eat it.
Butterflies and stuff as well.
Yeah, it's just... It is... There's just something about it, and to be honest, you could sit and talk about it all night, because there's so much... Like, I love the fact, for me, as good as the story is, as you know, the game mechanics are quite good, as good as graphics are, as good as the story... You know, the whole game is amazing. So many people agree. 20 million plus people have bought it. You know, it is amazing. But for me personally, the thing I most love about it is the journeys. Like, you know, when you get sent somewhere, you'll be walking along through a forest and you'll notice things like the sun's setting and you'll get this glaze through the trees, and then you'll come across some dark mages that are doing some sort of weird spell, so you kill them off and steal the gold. Or you'll come across some old man that's lost something, and you end up on a 6-hour quest down a cave because he's lost something. And while you're doing that, you find yourself in 2 or 3 other quests, and before you know it, you know, a day's gone. You know?
I mean, it's not just that. I think it's the whole. You don't have to follow the storyline. Like you said, you can literally. Like I've not, technically speaking, I'm still at the start of the game because I've not even been to the Greybeards yet, and I've been all around the place. You know, I've tried to visit the main settlements, so they're, the go-to points, and I've done a few Daedric quests. In fact, to be honest, if I'm being honest, I'm probably setting myself up to fail a little bit because I'm so used to the game and I know what has to be done and what you need to do. I'm sort of jumping ahead almost. Like I'm going on quests that I know I shouldn't be really doing at my level because my armour's not right, my weapons aren't right, I've got no enchantments, my magic's poor, and yet, like I said the other day, I got stuck on a quest. I was stuck in a dungeon and I couldn't get out because it was a locked door, and I couldn't defeat the enemy. I mean, thank God for an autosave. So and then I went back a few hours later and I did it, and I still struggled, but I did it through like being sneaky and stuff. But yeah, so in that aspect, I'm sort of, I think I need to slow down and just enjoy it again, maybe do a few of the starting quests, because it's so vast, and like you said, you'll be minding your own business, and then next thing you know, you're in a dwarven cavern and you're like, what? I literally went in here to look for it. And you found the item you're looking for, you found 6 hours ago.
And there's so much to pick up as well, like, you'll come across a little hut, your little house or something, and you go in there and there'll be like potions to collect, or gold pieces someone's left, or there'll be a scroll, a journal that someone's left. You get this impression this place is so alive, and
definitely.
So much going on.
There's stuff like treasure maps on there. I think I've got a treasure map at the moment, and you've literally, it'll tell you a vague area, and you've got to look for the area, and then there'll be a chest randomly in places.
Yeah, I think I found
a
dead guy, or
and they'll have like treasure map 4 or 6 or whatever on it.
I thought that was pretty cool.
And you've literally actually got to search the area, so it'll be like, it's near Riften by a waterfall or whatever, and then there'll be a rough diagram of it, and you've got to match the diagram to the area. It's just like mental.
And I like the way you get moral. I can't say the word. You have to make like real choices that feel like they affect the game. Like there's one sort of mini mission where you kill this deer thing after you've talked to this prisoner who turns into a werewolf and then escapes this prison.
That's a Daedric quest thing. The deer deity.
Yeah, that's it. And you get this deer god thing and you kill it, and then you have a choice. You either go after this werewolf and you get his praise and his powers, though I've now discovered they're quite rubbish, but or you face his wrath if you don't. So you end up going on this mission, and turns out this guy's killed a little girl, and when you get there, he's savaged and killed lots of people, and you make a choice. Do you let him go? Though I'm assuming if you do that, he'll probably end up killing more people.
I'm not sure he ends up in prison depending on the story.
And he says here, leave all people. Or do you kill him because he's just too dangerous to let alive? And plus you don't want to go after this deity god that's blatantly way more powerful than you are.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So I love those little things, the real sort of like choices. You feel like you're having an effect on this already incredible multi-layered world. Yeah, and I think that's incredible. But that is just it. It's the journey and the storyline. My only gripe, and I will get crucified for this, is as good as it is, and as good as some of the mechanics are, there are certain mechanics that do bug me a little bit. Like I do personally feel considering you do so much fighting, when you kill stuff, it could be more satisfying. Like when you play Assassin's Creed or Batman, you do proper sword fighting and ting. I know that's a very minor thing, but to be fair, because you love the game so much, you sort of like, you let it go, because there are things that happen.
You
like
play
when
like
you do
third person, don't you? Whereas I'm more first person.
Well, either way, but you sort of, but then you let it off because as you level up more, I have noticed that you do more.
Yeah, like cutscenes it goes.
Yeah, and you sort of let it off a bit. That's the only gripe. I just wish, because you do so much fighting, I just wish that the killing was even more satisfying, maybe even more bloody. Like Game of Thrones. I don't mean like stupidly bloody like Kill Bill. I just mean like maybe a little bit more satisfying. Because let's face it, you do a lot of fighting in the game.
Yeah,
you walk along and they're like, "You citizen, die!" You're like, "What? I haven't done anything." You got some, ravers or whatever they are trying to kill you, and they're like, "What? There's wood time. I was cutting wood, and this group of bounty hunters decide, die, citizen. And I had didn't have any armour on because I was just pretending I was being a farmer. 'Cause I was building my house. I was like, flipping hell. But that's what I love about it, anyway.
No, yeah, I completely get what you say. I mean, the other positives is with the remastered version, all the DLCs on the disc, which is amazing. Obviously, like you said,
And it installed
the
much
house.
quicker
Yeah,
than
yeah.
a lot of good
Considering
games.
for a new game, it was like 40 odd gigs installed within
It was
10,
like-
15
yeah.
minutes max. So yeah, the new the 3 DLCs.
And people have had mixed opinions about the mods,
Garden,
haven't they?
Dragon Ball.
But I like it. I like the fact you build your own house. That's awesome.
Yeah, and there's mods as well, which I don't really know.
Sorry.
I said like there's mods. Obviously, there's more mods on the Xbox One than there is on the
Yeah.
PS4. But
Do you think one's better, or do you think it's just what you prefer?
I don't know. People say the graphics are technically a little bit better on the PS4.
Do you know what I think makes a bigger
But-
difference? And I'm going to be brutally honest now. I am an Xbox One person, obviously. You're a PS4 person. But if I'm being brutally honest, I think the TV makes the biggest difference.
Oh, definitely.
I think it just depends on what TV you got. I think that makes a bigger difference than the actual console.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, that's a whole new video, and we are over time, and
We can talk for hours.
me and
hours.
Tribune could literally talk about hours for Skyrim, and we are what would you say? We're just scraping the surface.
Yeah,
aren't
we are.
You know, you could talk about it for hours, but anyway, thank you so much for listening.
Yes,
thank you,
thank you.
Tribune, for your input. It's been
Yeah,
great.
cheers as well.
Feel free to comment on Skyrim. Tell us what you think of Skyrim, what your levels are, or what missions you've done, or anything.
Race and
What race you are. Anything to do with Skyrim. We enjoy reading it. Always funny. So just do it. Go for it. I'm going to shut up now. Tribune, thank you so much for being in the studio.
Thanks for listening.
And for me, Egg, see you soon.
Bye.